Hello, my name is Ryan Williams. I'm going to be your English teacher for this semester. So, I'm going to do a read out loud, think out loud. So, in the previous video, I talked about the handout that you guys are going to be using for the fox and the goat. And this is a very small story, but now I'm going to let you guys know, I'm going to let you guys see how I think whenever I read a story. So, let's first begin with title. So, the fox and the goat. So the fox, whenever I'm thinking about the character, the fox, usually they're associated with tricksters. So there's a lot of stories in Native American culture that talk about the fox and the coyote, and usually they trick people into doing stuff. Also, there's a really well-known story, I got it right here, which is called Reynard the Fox, and this is a whole bunch of stories about a fox outwitting a whole bunch of people. So, with that being said, just because the fox is in the title, I'm automatically thinking that this is a trickster story. And then the goats, when I think of the goats, I'm thinking of follower. I'm also thinking of sheep. I know they're not exactly sheep, but they're also male. So, and then of course they're very strong because they got their horns. But that's what I'm thinking. So, fox and the goat. I'm thinking this is a trickster story. So, let's see if I'm right. So, a fox one day fell into a deep well and could find no means of escape. Okay, so the fox fell into a well and he can't get out, alright? A goat, overcome with thirst, came to the same well and seeing the fox inquired if the water was good. Okay, so the fox is in the well and he's trapped in there. And now there's a goat, and now he has to go in there. He's thirsty, so he's talking to the fox. So I'm thinking that most likely the fox is going to trick him some way. So let's see. Concealing his sad plight under a merry guise, the fox indulged in a lavish praise of the water, saying it was excellent beyond measure, and encouraging him to descend. Okay, so the fox is stuck in this hole, right? Because he went in there and he needed to get the water. He sees the goat there, and now he's saying that the water is really good. And then, so he's probably going to try to get the goat in there, but I don't know what he's going to do yet. So let's see what he's going to do. So the goat, mindful only of his thirst. Okay, so that means he's not thinking. So he's only thinking about how thirsty he is. Everything else he's not thinking of. So the goat, mindful only of his thirst, thoughtlessly jumped down. But just as he drank, the fox informed him of the difficulty they were both in and suggested a scheme for their common escape. Okay, so the goat is now in the hole with the fox. And the fox is talking to him and he says, okay, so now we're both trapped. So let's see what the fox is going to do. Okay, so the goat... Okay, so he said, okay, so this is the fox talking. If, said he, you will place your forefoot upon the wall and bend your head, I will run up your back and escape, and will help you out afterwards. Okay, so I can already see something happening here. So the fox needs the goat's help to get out, right? So, and he says, if you let me out, then I'll come back and get you. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I don't trust foxes. I don't, because of what I've heard about them. So let's see. Steadying himself with the goat's horns, he safely reached the mouth of the well and made off as fast as he could. Okay, so this is exactly what happened. I was thinking. So the fox, right when he got out, he ran away, which is, predictable, right? So when the goat upbraided him for breaking his promise, he turned around and cried out, "You foolish old fellow! If you had as many brains in your head as you have hairs in your beard, you would never have gone down there before you inspected the way out, nor have exposed yourself to dangers from which you had no means of escape." Okay, so I'm looking at a word here. So when the goat upbraided him for breaking his promise. Okay, so I'm thinking that the word upbraided, I don't actually know what that means, but if I read the context around here, it's talking about when the goat upbraided him for breaking his promise. That upbraided probably means that he is scolding the fox or he's cussing him out because he knows that he got tricked. Okay, so, and of course, like I figured out, that this is a trickster story. So, the fox tricked the goat into making him drink the water, and of course, the fox got out. So I hope you guys had a good time, and this is how I make sense of whenever I'm reading anything. I look at the title first, and then slowly I go over each line, and words I don't know, I take the context around to figure it out. And then if I can predict what's going to happen, then this is great. This is how you all should be interacting with the texts. So I'll see you in class tomorrow.